up?
I'm just ready. I'm ready to expand our brains.
Well, that's one way to put it. Maybe you might take that back when you hear my number 10.
Okay, well.
You're going to take it back real quick.
Okay.
So that's good. And my number 9, honestly. I don't know. I don't really know enough about my number 9, but.
Okay. I wonder how many overlaps we have today.
I'm going to say at least
2.
2?
That's
maybe 3.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and
That's
everything in between. Today we will be going over the top 10 conspiracy theories.
Yep. So shout out to May. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. So
I didn't even know that.
So get ready for next week's top 10 mental healths.
Top 10 mental healths.
It's gonna be a wild one.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah. So
get ready.
Tune in.
So today we're gonna destroy your mental health.
Yeah, holy shit.
And then next week we'll repair it.
There you go. Conspiracy theories, real, fake, crazy. Who knows if they're either.
We'll see.
We're gonna find
We'll
out.
make that definitive call today. Don't worry.
So, holy shit.
Okay. Would you like to?
You get it rolling. I feel like I've taken the honors the last 4.
Okay, so my number 10 is one that's just silly to me. It's one that one of my brothers specifically really likes to hit home.
It's a classic one.
And it's that birds aren't real.
Holy shit, we have way more overlap. That's my number 10.
Really?
Oh, buddy, we are off to a hot start.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so we can both dive in.
I love it. I love Birds Aren't Real. I want the shirt so bad. Birds are the bourgeoisie or whatever.
Yep.
Amazing.
We could definitely find those shirts. We should get some.
One. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Also, it's brother that starts with C is the one that really likes this one. Yep. I also am freaked out by birds. Like, actually, I think they're scary creatures. So the idea that they aren't real is a little bit more comforting to me, honestly.
I'm gonna take this a step further.
Okay.
City birds aren't real.
I like that.
I think country birds and shit are definitely real, but city birds are sketch. Sus.
I like that. So I would say like number 1 bird that's probably not real is pigeon.
Pigeon. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
A pigeon for sure.
But I like the idea that in general they just don't exist. We've made a whole thing that doesn't exist.
I feel like the figurehead is the pigeon.
It is.
I took a deep dive into Birds Aren't Real when I found out about that shit in high school. Like, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
I read all about it. The dude, like, was all in.
Yeah.
I think it was like 1956. They said that they convinced these people, like it was a part of MK Ultra, maybe.
Okay.
The MK Ultra experiments. Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
For people that don't know,
yeah.
The CIA like experimented on people with acid. Look into it. We're not going to get into it. If
yeah.
you don't know what it is, dude.
But that's not a conspiracy. That's real as fuck.
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay, fair enough.
But what? What was I saying?
You're saying you did a deep dive on the Birds Aren't Real.
Birds Aren't Real. 1952. They allegedly fucking like convinced these people to go and work on these robotic birds in these underground facilities using like acid and shit, and like convincing them to get on these buses and just make these birds, and then they just set them off into the world, and they like slowly killed off the regular birds, and now all we see now are the robot birds. That's the theory.
I'm not like mad if that came out to be true. Like, I don't really fuck with birds. Like, I do remember that was the first time where I'm like, just be careful what you say, because like someone's always listening.
Straight up.
And I even grew up in church, so I always thought God was listening. But that was the first time where I was like, you can't even trust the frickin' birds.
They're charging on the power lines all the time.
Yes. Whatever.
We're on to you fucks.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I hope this one's real. I don't know if it is or not, but I hope.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
My favorite clip of it by far is when the dude that like runs the theory or whatever, like the figurehead, he's doing an interview on like a morning news radio or whatever.
Okay.
Some bullshit show. And they're like, come on, dude, like what's the bit here? Like this is bullshit basically. And he like got offended as shit. Like he took a step back. He was like, I'm actually really offended by that. Like, this is my life work or like some shit like that. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, that makes me kind of sad, actually.
Word on the street, though, is he doesn't believe in it anymore, which is fucking tragic.
That is tragic. Well, because they were gaslighting him. So we have to carry the torch.
There you go.
Okay,
right.
Number 10.
And, like, even if somebody were to come out and be like, yeah, I worked on those birds. I worked on those robot birds. Everybody would write that off. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You were tripping balls, dog.
True.
That's how they got their cop out. They gave these motherfuckers just an insane amount of, like, acid and shit. And they were just like, yep. Also,
I feel like there's so much crazy shit that's going on right now that if it came out that was real, people would be like, ugh.
Yeah, that would be like the least of our worries.
Yeah, we'd be like, yeah, we've been knowing that.
We're with our phones.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really change anything.
They're the spy now.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay.
So
we're confirming that one's real. So
I love it. I love that one. We're getting shirts. We might get a hat or two if
down.
we're feeling crazy.
I'm down. Okay.
So look out for the PCB and Birds Aren't Real collab.
Ooh.
PCB times bar. BAR.
Yes.
I'm just going to make the shirt and not even ask them. I'm just going to do BAR and nobody has to know what that means.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's Birds Aren't Real.
But
it's
our
the
fans
collab.
will know. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. My number 9 is one that literally hits close to home.
Oh, shit.
And so there was this thing. I grew up in Illinois.
Yep.
And there was this weird thing. I remember even in my town, you'd be driving on the main road and like, let's say at one light on the corner, there's a mattress firm.
Oh, mattress firms are sus.
And then you'd go across the street, literally like, I'm talking the next street, there's a mattress firm. And then maybe like 2 streets down, there's a mattress firm. And as a kid, I didn't think anything of it, whatever. But then as I got older, before I even knew about this theory, like you would joke, like, why the fuck are there so many mattress firms?
Yeah, who's buying those fucking beds?
Right. And no one was ever in them. You never saw cars like parked. So anyways, the theory is that basically they're just a front for a money laundering business.
100%.
And
they are the real life.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
I fully believe it. I freaking lived it. Like, it was like, you know how there's a saying or whatever that like in the South, there's a church on every corner?
Oh, yeah.
That was literally mattress firms in Illinois.
That's mattress firms just everywhere.
But they're always grouped together.
I need to look into the CEO because he's probably moving some fucking weight.
Yeah.
Weight.
And I believe that this one's real because like no one is buying. There's no need for that many fucking mattress firms.
No. Did we buy our bed from Mattress Firm? I think we did.
Did we?
We may have.
Oh,
shout out to that guy.
God.
Hope he's doing well.
I hope so too, and I hope he's not part of the money laundering.
No, no way.
There's no way.
No. They pay their dues.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that before I know what kind of shit they're into, depending on what kind of weight they're moving. What if they're just like some P. Diddy type shit? Like,
I
mattress
literally
firm, like that's some big money. There's a lot of mattress firms. Like that's big money. What's big money? Human trafficking. Are we gonna see a documentary with human trafficking and?
I'm not kidding. I was literally just thinking that as you were talking. I was like, I bet there's gonna be a Netflix thing. I guarantee it. We're gonna it's the year 2024. By 2029, we'll have it.
That's 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think so.
It's got to be like at least a decade.
I think.
Mattress Firm is on top, and they're going to stay on top for at least a decade.
Also, I didn't just fart, for the record. It was my shoe squeaking against the...
Sure.
Yeah, so just
Yep.
so you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
You probably didn't even hear it, but whatever.
For sure.
So, anyways, that's my number 9.
I love that one. I can't believe that one didn't even make my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well.
Well, and speaking of well, old people love my number 9. They love to bitch about it. And it's the chemtrails.
They do.
Oh my God.
Olds love the chemtrails.
Every time you see one in the air, they talk about, you hear somebody bitching about the chemtrail, and it's someone old. If you're like out in public or in a park or something, and there's like airplanes anywhere near, they're like, there's those damn chemtrails. Read about it on like Fox News or some bullshit.
It's like...
Not even Fox News, probably like Reddit or some bullshit.
No, it's probably like Yahoo News.
Yahoo
Yeah.
News.
If you're 64...
AOL News.
Exactly. They love talking and bitching about those chemtrails.
It's the best. I don't know shit about it. There may be some validity to it. There's no way it can be good.
Yeah.
But holy shit. Speaking of not good, the Operation Starfish thing we learned about today.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Okay.
Wait, do you want to add this to your list, or should we... we tangent?
I'm just talking about it.
Okay.
Fucking... Here's my conspiracy theory that nobody's talking about. This is a PCB exclusive first. This is our conspiracy theory.
Okay, what is it?
Operation Starburst, Starfish, whatever the fuck they called it.
It was like Starship Prime.
Sure. 1952, 62, what was it?
62, I think.
I
think it was 60s.
Sure.
Maybe. Anyways.
That's close enough. That time range. We set off a fucking... It's 62 because we went to the moon 69. And they were... Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We set off a fucking nuke in space to try to like make a pathway through the radiation to get to the moon. We set off a nuke in space.
You said that like Trump, a nuke.
Like, what?
You said...
And it wrecked Hawaii, like their electrical systems. And we're just like, yeah, chilling.
What?
And then, when did global warming start happening? According to that article,
Yeah,
the oceanographers, officials said that in the 60s, the temperature started going off. After we dropped a nuke in space?
Granted, this is one article, but yeah, it says according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration,
That sounds fucking legit to me.
average annual global temperatures have increased steadily since the 1960s.
And we set off a nuclear bomb.
That is kind of crazy that, like, I mean, it's not crazy that they would try to, like, hide that or whatever, but it's crazy that I've never heard of that. Not even in, like, the conspiracy theory world. I've never heard that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And we're just chilling. So there you go. We started global warming with the nuke in the atmosphere. We wrecked our atmosphere, and now the sun's getting through it. A nuke?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Oh my God. So there's your PCB exclusive.
Yeah. Sorry that for, like, those worlds that are about to be shattered, but...
All right. Number 9, chemtrails. Old people love it.
They surely do. Okay.
You love to see the Facebook comments about chemtrails.
Always on Facebook.
They go wild.
Chemtrails are more discussed in Facebook comments than, like, person to person. It's where it lives. Chemtrails live on Facebook.
And, like, for the most part, in a lot of these conspiracies, there's some truth to it. So there's got to be some truth to it for, like, some people to be bitching about it. It can't just be out of the blue,
right?
Out of the blue sky.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Sorry, I almost like burped. No, I agree. Like, do I think that all of these are 100%? Every detail is true. Like, of course not on some of them, but most, I'm like, there's a reason that it circulated. Like, there has to be a little grain of something.
There's something going on.
I love
here.
a conspiracy theory, and I'm just gonna freaking say it.
Yep.
Okay, my number 8, and I honestly don't even think this is conspiracy, so we might get a knock at the door or a shot to the dome.
Oh, shit.
The FBI killed Martin Luther King Jr.
That kind of goes, yep, that goes hand in hand with one of my later ones. I almost put them together, but.
I have a lot of similar ones. Yeah, so.
There's no two ways around that one. I feel like that one's pretty provable. Like the Black Panther one, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing some disrespect to the dude not knowing his name.
Malcolm X.
Please stop.
Wait, who am I thinking?
Did you just say
no? Shut up!
The leader of the Black Panthers was Malcolm X?
No. I'm thinking of
Are you racist?
No, I'm thinking. Fuck! What is his name? He wears glasses. He Fuck.
The dude, I think his name is like Judah something. Judah and the Black Messiah is the movie about the Black Panther. It's fucking insane what the CIA did.
Oh, I'm just thinking of Malcolm X getting murdered. Like, I'm thinking the FBI offed him, too.
Did they?
Malcolm X.
I haven't heard anything about that one.
Okay, for a second, I literally was like, did I mush together two names? But no, Malcolm X is who I was thinking of. Okay. I almost had an identity crisis.
But he's not the leader of the
No,
Black
I didn't
Panthers.
think he was. I'm just saying I also think that he got offed by them.
Just to clear that up. Okay.
Yeah. Woo! That was
a close one.
that was a close call. But yeah, no, I think this one is 100% real and like so not even far-fetched. Like, again, I feel like if it was one where somehow it was provable or whatever, people would be like, yeah, we know. Like the birds.
I want to go ahead and set the record straight. I don't think the CIA is all bad. We're only hearing about these ones, the crazy, insane ones, because they were the bad people.
Right.
You never hear about the good guys.
Of course, and you never
You're not
will.
going to hear about a good CIA operation.
No. And that's like that's kind of the bit.
That's the whole bit.
They don't want you to hear about them.
So, CIA, there's good, there's bad.
Of course, but like,
it's just a bad.
Right, you're never going to hear about the things that went well. So anyways, I do think that
I don't know a whole lot of factual evidence on it, but from what I've heard, it seems pretty clear cut with MLK.
Just if someone was like, hey, did you hear that theory that the FBI killed him? I'd be like, yeah, probably. Like,
where was it? Was he giving a speech, or did he just get smoked just out in the streets?
let me double check before I say.
Because I feel like it was during a speech or some shit.
I do too, but also, no, I do think.
And did we ever book the guy? Did he get booked, or did he get away with it? I feel like he got away with it.
So, well, the FBI probably got away with it.
I'm saying, was there a Lee Harvey Oswald of
Yeah.
MLK? Who died? Never mind.
James Earl Ray.
Okay.
I do think he was giving a speech. Yeah, because he was... No. I think I'm thinking of Malcolm X with this. MLK was shot... I think he was like at a hotel or something. Yeah, motel in Tennessee.
Yep. Did he get away with it, though? The murderer of MLK? Because I know who killed JFK, allegedly.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
I was gonna say.
Probably. Fucking, I have no idea.
Yeah, he was convicted. He was convicted on my birthday. I was 3 years old. He was convicted. I'm not gonna say the day, but yeah. But
You don't hear shit about that.
that is true. Like if someone was like, "Who killed him?" Allegedly, whatever. If you weren't gonna say FBI, you'd be like, "I don't know. Someone did."
No one knows.
And
That's low key some whitewashing right there.
well, and also why I feel like a lot of people, and maybe it's just because I thought this, but I feel like the narrative was like, because I feel like I can picture a show where he was shot giving a speech.
Who?
MLK.
Really?
Like, yeah.
It might have been Malcolm X. I don't know if Malcolm X got murdered, though.
I think
That's bad on me.
Or maybe it's bad on me, but I think he did.
My American history is not that great. especially when it comes to civil rights. I feel like they got breezed over pretty quick in school.
Yeah, he was assassinated.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he definitely was. You're right. Well, rip to them both.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm choking a little bit, so you can go ahead and do your number 8. Anyways, the FBI killed MLK.
Oh, shit. Or CIA. I don't know. Those get interchanged.
That is true.
Heavily.
Yeah.
CIA.
I'm just going to say the government. The secret. I don't know.
CIA. I think I'm going to go ahead and put my foot down as the CIA.
Okay.
Because they're the Central Intelligence Agency, and then the Federal Bureaucracy of Investigation is like murders and shit. FBI is like criminal investigation.
When I was looking
right?
these up, that's what the theory said. Was
it's the FBI?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck me. Okay,
but,
well, fuck them both then. We'll use them both.
Yeah. The ABCD.
And if you're not, it's just by association at this point.
Sorry.
At this point, the post office is just as responsible. You're a government agency too. So.
What about a pack and ship?
That's not post office. Nah, not. You're close.
I know. Adjacent, but not quite.
You're definitely adjacent. You're like the third cuzzo.
Yeah. Where you're like, there's some tie, I think. Yeah. Okay. You're number 8.
Ooh, this one is just. Dude, there's no two ways around this one. It was going down, but JFK shut it the fuck down. And it was Operation Northwoods. Our government wanted to blame Cuba for shooting down like a commercial airliner, like a jetliner full of just U.S. citizens. Just
people.
Just going. We were going to shoot it down and blame it on Cuba so that we could go to war with the commies. What?
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy.
And JFK like looked at it and was just like,
he's like, brother,
See what?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and shut down the CIA, and then.
Well, we all know.
We'll get there 3 months later or so.
Damn.
It was
less than a year.
He was 65, right? And then Northwoods was like November 11th, like 64, I want to say. I don't know why that feels right.
He was killed 63.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Northwoods had to be like 62. It was like within the year, so I don't know.
That's crazy.
But he was trying to like say fuck the CIA and FBI and try and like put a, what's the word?
Blow the dang whistle.
Blow the whistle, not necessarily blow the whistle, but like cut them down. Yeah. Make them smaller.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So cut their funding.
Okay. And we all know.
Fuck you.
Yeah, how that went.
And we might get into it later.
Oh, we absolutely will.
Okay.
My number 7. This is a little more like pop culture vibe, and less governmenty vibe. And it's the theory that Avril Lavigne died and was replaced by like a lookalike.
That goes along with Eminem as well. I'm throwing Eminem into that bucket.
There's a theory that he died? Interesting. Yeah, so I think the theory, like...
I agree with both of them.
Well, the Avril Lavigne one is so interesting because when you look at like Avril Lavigne and then the replacement, you do see like structural, and it's not like a Botox something where you could be like,
maybe she just got her fucking face blown out like mountain biking or some bullshit, and she just had to get some reconstructo, and just it didn't go well.
I just think that would be so crazy.
We would also, I feel like, have heard about her getting her face blown out.
Right. But also, to me, I'm like, why?
Does she sound the same?
No.
Because with the Eminem one, in case, he doesn't sound the same at all.
Yeah.
You hear a distinct difference. Even like, I mean, yeah, like artists evolve and shit, but like.
For sure.
Mac Miller, like Miller.
Color.
But that's not as long of a time and period in time.
Yeah.
Like, he was like less than 10 years.
Yeah.
Eminem's like 20 or so. So I don't know. Maybe you would change that much, but I don't know.
Don't know. And then, okay, so the theory with her is that basically she passed away 2003 after like her first big album, and then this like
How? OD?
no.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like an OD to it. Maybe just like she knew what happened to JFK, and they were like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I don't.
She was in deep.
I don't know if it says how she supposedly died, but there even is like a thing how like in her new songs there's like hints, you know, in lyrics or whatever, titles of, I don't know. But I think it's interesting because I'm like, she definitely had like an influence. Obviously everyone freaking knows who she is, but I'm like, I wonder if it was true, why
She found something out.
no, not why did she die, but why weren't they just like, beloved singer is dead, like why replace her?
Because she
You know, like she's definitely a great artist. I'm not saying that, but I'm like, if they did that to like Beyonce, I would understand that just because of Illuminati vibes. But
it's either like some Tupac vibes where she was just trying to get away, or maybe she got ran over by Bruce Jenner back in the day and they tried to cover it up real quick.
yeah,
it
that's
was Bruce
true.
back then, right? I'm not dead naming.
No.
Okay.
But I'm just curious.
How
like,
does that work? If we refer to Caitlyn during the decathlon days, did Caitlyn win or did Bruce win?
I don't
How do
even
we
know.
distinguish this?
I would say you'd have to ask them. That feels like they answer that. Because I'm sure that's different for everyone.
Okay,
you
fair
know?
enough.
But yeah,
Onward.
I'm just curious, like, why maybe just her career was taking off, so they wanted to generate money. But I'm like, I don't know. Why keep her alive if it really is? I don't know.
Maybe they thought she was going to be sicker than she was.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I feel like she fell off hard, but she still makes shit.
She does, and honestly, every once in a while, like, I've only heard, like, singles, not an album, but...
Well, I mean, isn't that what she's kind of...
I think that's what she's doing.
That's her lane.
Yeah.
She's never been like, oh, have you heard that album by Avril Lavigne? I love it start to finish. You're like, oh, I love Skater Boy.
Yeah. My skater boy. Anyways, yeah, so that's mine.
You're Poser Boy. You should make a song called Poser.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I guess shout out to her for like iconic songs like that. Hopefully not R.I.P. Hopefully she is still kicking it with us. But
yeah, her and Slim Shady.
Yeah, hopefully they're still.
But then
real
again,
and true.
Eminem got sober, so that may have a lot to do with style change, so to speak.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know though. The voice.
Yep.
You just can't. The voice. It's weird.
I could see it though if he. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh man, we're getting crazy with this one. This is the my number 7. Anunnaki. No idea what that is.
I think I only do because of you.
It's like the ancient alien like breed that came and basically breeded with monkeys and gorillas to make the hybrid that is us. We're the hybrid of these aliens that bred with like, I think they say monkeys or gorillas or
Some like in that family.
maybe even like Neanderthals. I don't know. But then they made us.
Did you tell me about that?
I don't know.
Because
I think
Anunnaki.
Dan Soder was talking about it.
Maybe that's
was
how I
like
know it.
Richie the Barber.
Yeah, because that term sounds familiar, but I don't think I know like much about it, honestly.
Yeah, it's basically just like we are the creation of an ancient alien civilization coming to Earth.
Probably.
And banging the animals.
That's weird.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. You could definitely, like, if we had the technology, see that being a weird, like, some weirdo with money. He'd be like, yeah, let's go to this planet and just, like, bang all the animals, dude. Like, oh, my God. Like, the first time that went down, you know, they were just like space traveling. They land down. They just look around. They're just like,
I guess that'll do.
so is anybody gonna say it? Or do you think they just rolled up on their boy banging one and then they were like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And then he like talked them into it. Were they all in, or was it like they found out and then this dude talked them into it?
I think they were all in. That's my guess.
Right.
Also, how funny would it be is you do like the 23andMe and like they're like alien hybrid. It's like 15% German, 10% alien hybrid.
Everybody's got
the
Anunnaki.
Yeah, literally.
A little Anu.
Little Naki.
Little Naki.
That's so funny. Lil Nas X.
There you go.
I like that. That's funny. I love the idea of like the 23andMe being like 2%. What?
Just aliens coming down to Earth and
probably that's another one.
Getting busy.
Yeah, where if that was proven, I'd be like, yeah, of course.
I mean, it makes sense why our brains just develop so quick.
Yeah.
There's another. Damn, that's one that should have made the list. I know it's not on yours, but like our brains being like we started eating mushrooms, and that's why our brains developed so crazy fast in that period of time.
Okay.
People want to attribute it to like cooked food and shit too. That's another theory, which kind of because it goes hand in hand with like the discovery of fire, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But I like the mushroom one more.
Yeah.
I like to think they were just tripping balls and they're just like math.
Yeah.
Multiplication.
Hold on, long division.
Oh, fuck. And then there you go.
Yeah, and then here we are.
Mesopotamia, mushrooms. Kind of sound the same.
Honestly.
For those that don't know, Mesopotamia is the first civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
What's the...
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think.
There's a rap that Cody Co's friend Noel does about Mesopotamia. And I almost attempted to do it, but I'm going to spare everyone and I will not do it.
Fair enough.
Okay, my number 6 is the moon landing.
Oh, shit.
So I wasn't expecting to hear about it this morning. Yeah. Honest to God, this is one I don't freaking know. Like,
it's so sus, especially after the facts we just heard.
Yeah. Like,
they say we don't like, oh my God, so sus.
I don't know. If it was
basically like what we heard today is, so in 1966, we went to the moon in 69 for reference. 66, Oppenheimer or von Neumann, some big time German Nazi, allegedly.
Probably.
Maybe that worked at NASA was like, yeah, if you launch the rocket right now, there's like a 1 in 10,000 chance.
Something like that.
Of making it. And then
basically, it's not going to be good.
It's not happening. And then 3 years later, we just did it first try.
That's the thing that's sus to me. Like, I definitely naturally lean towards the side of like, yeah, we landed on the moon. Because also, not to be whatever, I don't really give a fuck. Like, it doesn't really impact my life. But I do think it is kind of weird. Even the 3-year thing, you could, I don't know. I could see how people could justify like, well, technology advancement, blah, blah, blah.
Figure something out.
But
all the money and resources.
Yeah. And with how many people worked on that. But the fact that we did it first try.
That's crazy.
Is and I didn't know that, I think. Like, I don't think I learned that in school or whatever. I just didn't know that. So that is crazy. And I think it's an interesting one to like, again, at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck.
And did any other country go? Are we the only country to put foot on moon?
I think so.
Whoa. That's sus too.
Well,
see, this is the one thing. There's always just one fact in these conspiracies that just fuck me up so hard, and it's the radiation one. The guy saying that in 2014, when they were trying to put Orion, whatever the fuck, I don't know. They said that we don't have the technology to get through that radiation in space. To put
like people couldn't. But
so why the hell would we have that in 69? That doesn't make any sense. That is madness.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know. It's an interesting one. And again, like I said, at the end of the day, I really don't care. But I think it is a fun one to kind of be like, but what if it was fake? You know, like it's just.
It was
I
fake
don't.
as shit
So.
from what I've seen now.
It's just.
And the flag like waving in the wind or whatever, that was always weird.
That was always weird. There's another thing.
I think that somebody, I don't know how legit this is, but the footprint thing, they're like, oh, the footprints wouldn't show up in space with like the vacuum, but I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a dumbass one that got debunked. But the radiation thing.
Well, even again, just
don't
the
have
flag
the
thing.
technology.
That's weird.
Yeah, the flag thing was weird, but
Yeah.
I feel like that got debunked somehow because it was like, oh, it was in that position when it went into the vacuum or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a fun one. I would say if you're at a family dinner and you know there's multiple views on this, bring up the moon landing.
Yes.
I think, it's just a nice light thing to talk about. Get the pot stirred a little bit. Bring it up to like your uncle. Because uncles always have a view on the moon landing, I feel.
That's so crazy.
If it is fake.
Like, did we go after that? I feel like maybe another one.
There was
We've
attempts.
been into orbit. I know one got blown the F up. That was like 13. I don't know.
I don't know, but
Too many numbers.
I don't think we have. But again, I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't freaking know. I don't work in NASA.
Yeah, I feel like we're the only country.
I do think that is true. But again, I'm basing this off of what I freaking learned in school. Like, I don't know.
Because like everybody just goes into orbit and they're just like, oh, here's a satellite. Let's work on this satellite and float around.
Yeah, I really don't think anyone else. But again, I don't know.
We don't have the technology to deal with the radiation from the sun. That blows my fucking mind. Granted, that was a decade ago, but
like what Joe was saying, was that talking strictly about that's going to mess up the instruments, which would mess up stuff for the humans. Like, so you could argue that's why it's so tricky, because I'm like, the wording is so.
He definitely didn't say deadly, he said dangerous.
Right,
and
which
like,
means.
Also, okay, all right, fair enough.
You know,
did Neil Armstrong and them? Because I feel like they had like serious health implications when they came back. Like,
I'm
they
sure.
got fucked up.
I'm sure.
They had to have.
Yeah.
They had like cancer or something, maybe.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you come back unscathed. But again, what do I know?
Okay, damn. We just kind of like. I kind of just convinced myself back into believing that we went there. Fuck. Kind of.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, and also, I don't know why. It's the same thing to me as, like, astrology stuff. Like, it's fun to discuss or whatever. At the end of the day.
That's what I hate about, oh, God. Like, all of these, even, like, scientific fact, at the end of the day, we're just taking somebody else's fucking word for it.
Yeah.
We can read what they said and the diagrams that they put down and go, yeah, that makes sense, but, like, does it?
But also,
what the fuck?
I also think that's why these are kind of fun, because it's just like, but what if, you know? So, anyways, that was my long-winded number 6.
Sick. My number 6, it's a classic, and it's that we think that we have a cure for cancer already, and that we're just sucking these people dry because it's more profitable to treat than to cure.
That is so fucked.
That one's scary.
That is so, like,
that one's
evil.
Scary. I mean, it's fair to assume.
Oh, yeah. But, like, that's one of the ones where I'm like, fuck. That's so evil.
Yup.
And again, probably, like, if it comes out, I'd
Wouldn't
be like,
put
yeah.
it past them. Look at all the fucking sketchy pharmaceutical shit.
Yeah.
You think
big
like,
pharma.
Yeah, big pharma. You think big cancer's not sketchy?
Big.
Come on.
I just have t-shirt ideas. Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely think that that's probably. But that one actually does make me kind of sad because that's like really fucked up. Oh, I could actually go on a rant about that.
That's just.
I won't.
Oh man. Yep.
Okay. I hate. Yeah.
Crazy.
Isn't that insane? How like.
And it's also crazy how we cure cancer or treat it.
It's.
Like we just shoot people with radiation. Like here you go. Here's some radiation.
It's crazy.
Hope you get through it, bud.
Yeah, and it's like it's never like. Do you know / did you know anyone who like had that or went through that?
Yeah, my grandma.
Okay.
She died.
Yeah,
Like they just get wrecked. It's like what?
My mom's best friend passed away of cancer, and like I just remember we were good like family friends, so I knew her like very well. And yeah, it's just like it's the most like depressing.
It seems counterintuitive just to fucking smoke somebody like that and just hope they recover.
Well, it's just like so harsh isn't even like a strong enough word. It's just so like, oh, I can't even imagine. I really can't even imagine. So if we have like the cure and they're just holding that back, they can all fucking rot.
Wouldn't put it past
I
them,
wouldn't at all.
especially all the shit that I've read in that Anthony Fauci book.
Anthony Fauci.
Oh,
We're gonna start saying
God.
every word. So fucked.
We have to.
We have to.
Oh my god, that book. Oh my god, that book pissed me off.
I remember you would have to like stop reading
Like
because
you have to stop reading
Yeah.
it before you just like ruin the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Because I start my day off with a good little read and like, oh,
That was not the best way to start the day.
woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that
also,
was-
when is a good time to read a book like that? You can't end the day like that. You know, a midday read, I guess.
a midday read on your day off. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, like there's never. Yeah.
Fuck. I don't want to hear about this shit.
Right. But yeah, I totally believe that that's happening. So, eat
Yeah.
glass is all I have to say to you guys.
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay. My number 5.
There you go.
I feel like I bring her up all the time.
Oh,
But, Princess Diana's death.
she had to be on it. Sus.
Yeah, that to me, it's like it's not even a theory.
Wasn't she trying to like
So
get out or expose some shit?
well, so in the royal family, you can't divorce. Like there's like very specific. There's a very specific process if you want to divorce. So they kind of knew like that's not an option, and she knew that too, because in the book that I read that she wrote, essentially, she knew that. But she was in the process of interviewing with the guy who wrote the book on her life and basically exposing, not even, what's crazy to me is not even like this like, hey, I'm going to expose secrets of the government. It was more just like, hey, these people suck, by the way. Like, it wasn't this like, I'm taking down the empire. It was just like, hey, can I get out? Because they treat me like shit. And for whatever reason, like around that time as she's working on that book, they get word. And then all of a sudden, like there's just things too where I'm like, so she was having an affair, which so was he. So whatever.
She must have known some dirt.
Probably.
She had to know something.
But at the same
or maybe she
time-
like found something out at the end. And,
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, again, a lot of it in the book at least was just like, yo, these people suck. Like, I don't like this family. I don't like they're so pretentious and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that's not good for your image, but that's not like,
there's got to be something deeper.
well,
Like, come on.
Yes.
Come on. The royal family.
for sure. But I do think
I
it's,
can't even imagine the skeletons.
oh, yeah. It's interesting too, because so she was in the car.
Wouldn't fit in a walk-in closet.
Hell no. No way. But
She was in a car.
she was in a car with the dude who she was having an affair with. Something Doty was his name. He was
Doty.
a filmmaker. But then they were saying, first of all, it happened in like a tunnel, so no one can see. And then where there's typically cameras, like street camera or whatever. Oh, they weren't working. That's so insane.
It's weird. Sounds like Jeffrey Epstein
literally
took a play out of that playbook.
Literally. So I'm like, there's just things where it's like, you guys didn't even do a good job of like hiding that.
I mean, it's Britain though.
Still,
it's different over there. And it's the royal family.
Yeah, but
they think they're untouchable.
Yeah, but people like I think that's why. Like, maybe they just didn't think it through. I don't even fucking know. But, like, people like the royal family. People loved Diana. So I'm like, you done fucked. Like, at least if you're going to do it, execute it well, I guess.
I bet it was just like I bet she said some shit to... Who was the head honcho? Was it not William. Jeffrey.
The king?
Yeah.
So at the time, it was Queen Elizabeth. And then her husband, why can I not think of his name? It wasn't Charles.
I don't know.
But
irrelevant.
the head honcho was Elizabeth.
I bet she fucking said some shit and stormed off with her fucking bug. I bet she was banging the dude in the house, and then they fucking said some shit to the dude, like the king.
Dodie?
She was banging Dodie in the royal family house, and then she popped off at King whoever the fuck.
No, Queen Elizabeth.
They storm off, and she's like, take him the fuck out. I don't give a shit anymore. And that's how it went down.
No, that's literally... Because she snuck Dodie into the, like, pallet, whatever the fuck.
Whoa.
All the time. But it's just... I mean, I guess you have to, like, protect the royal family. But I'm like, he was having an affair way before. And is now married to the bitch. Sorry, Camilla.
That's how it goes.
I hate him, and I'm sorry that he's suffering with cancer because that sucks. So, anyways, that's my number 5, and it's not even a theory. They killed her. Let's be honest. So, Queen Elizabeth, we're on to you, even though you're in heaven now.
Damn. She's in fucking
She's
heaven.
in fucking heaven.
All right, my number 5, we're going back to the alien. Well, I guess these are aliens. The gray alien and soul harvesting.
Okay.
Basically, this theory is that these fucking aliens or spiritual beings or whatever the F you want to call them are like harvesting our souls over time and are just basically just letting us breed and gave us this earth and shit just to go crazy and harvest our souls. And so we're basically just on a soul breeding ground just to like enlighten ourselves and shit. So that made my brain go crazy, and I was like, damn, maybe if, like, all these people that are in the 27 Club, like, they just maxed out their soul, and they were like, yo, we gotta get that soul now. That shit is crazy. And then whenever you hear about somebody, they're like, he's just an old soul. Like, his soul's just gotten to go time to time and just build up until it's ready to be harvested. And, So yeah, the gray aliens are sucking our souls, or they're letting us live on this planet, which is a Goldilocks planet, which is like a 1 in 100 billion apparently, which is weird. So here we are, just out here. So think about that whenever you're feeling inspired or fucking just having a great time and filling your soul.
I'm going to go to the lake today and sit in the kayak, throw the paddle into the lake and just... They're going to have to come find me. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to think about that for a second.
So there you go. That's my number 5, the gray aliens and soul harvesting.
I'm going to eat this microphone.
That one broke my brain for a while. I hope it's not true. And I feel like that goes hand in hand with like the government always being like, if you knew what was really going on, you wouldn't, you would understand why I don't tell you. Like, you know how Trump said that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you knew what was going on, there would be riots in the streets. And if that was going on, riots in the streets, if people knew. Like, that one is scary.
I wish you could feel what my brain is doing right now. I feel like I mean, I almost feel like I need to, like, take a nap. Like, I'm not, or just like, okay. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yep.
So I'm just going to keep doing my little podcast while, okay. They take, okay.
Oh, well, they're not taking it yet. We're just building it up with all our...
what scares me?
And soul inspiringness.
So you know how since I was little, for everyone listening, this is just friends chatting right now. When I was little, and even like still, I'm like, I don't think I'll make it to 30. Like I just had this weird feeling where I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. What if it's because they're like, I'm connected, like they're like, don't get too attached, sis. Like we're snatching that soul.
Nah, that's dumb.
Well, okay. So I'm going to talk about my number 4.
Nah, you're making it past thirds.
I better. Fuck you, aliens.
Dumbass. But then again, it's like, damn, is my soul just not good enough?
Yeah, I'm like, do I kind of want them to take me?
Yeah, like, damn, bro.
Wait, that's so funny. The concept of like a pick me, but like for the alien, like, what? Like, so you don't even like my soul that much?
Yeah, my
Are you saying my soul's fucking ugly?
Yeah, am I just whack? Fuck.
That's so funny. Wait, okay. I'm thinking of things. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now. My number 4, this one is a fun one. My number 4, and I think it's real. To what extent, I don't know.
Oh my God, hold on. I gotta go back. Just think about the saying, like, all the good ones go too soon. And then, like, it's always the dog shit little fucking butt fucks that make it to, like, 98 with, like half their limbs and just drinking themselves to death.
So the moral of the story, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to be a shithead. But then, like, do I want them to, like, take my soul?
That is Buddhism. That's where Buddhism came from. That is enlightenment. Just, there's your soul. Thank you, aliens. Thanks for the time you gave me.
I think I'm having a mental health crisis.
Shout out to me. Let's go.
Yeah, do you have like any resources to support? Okay, I think
On to number 4 now.
Okay, okay. So anyway, literally my brain, okay. Get it together, sister. My number 4, I'm just going to keep going, is something that I think is real. And even though people are like, it's scary, I think it's kind of fun. And it's that the Illuminati is real and kind of runs everything. Why not?
It's real as shit.
Yeah.
It's the New World Order.
Literally.
And the Illuminati, let's be honest, it's American.
Oh my God. I bonked my teeth on that for a second.
The Illuminati is definitely in the U.S. Let's not
For sure.
get it twisted.
And it's probably like underneath the White House. Like they have their meetings, like they probably have multiple locations, of course, but one of them is probably like under the White House. Literally, like Joe Biden is probably napping above the rituals and doesn't know.
Yep.
Like he like is like, what's that noise?
He's just a figurehead at the top of the table.
He's
like,
he's
oh,
definitely
buddy, here he is.
He's
Here
never
he
gone
comes.
though. He's never been invited. That's a fact. You know who I bet was though? The Kennedys.
Oh, for sure.
I would say definitely JFK, maybe Bobby, but maybe he didn't get an invite.
I'd say he was
probably
invited
pissed.
and then he pissed him off with all his CIA nonsense. He just pissed the wrong people off.
JFK, I think Marilyn Monroe definitely went. She was an attendee.
I don't know.
I think so.
No, I think we're thinking. No, okay. Let's go ahead and I'm taking back everything we just said about who was in the Illuminati. They're not going to be faces. We're not gonna know their names.
Not
Come
like the
on.
head, but I'm saying like, so you know how like the theory.
They're like the pawns.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. She wasn't like, I don't think these people were controlling by any means.
How about that?
No, I think
Fair
it's
enough.
totally real. I think. Do you think Taylor Swift's in it? Because
She has to be. It's either that or she sold her shit to the devil.
She's one, because I'm like, there's artists that for sure make sense to be a part of it. And then there's somewhere I'm like, maybe.
You know who definitely is?
Who?
JoJo Siwa.
No, but she's trying really hard.
Oh my.
She hasn't been invited yet, but she's like, please. And they're like, what? No. She's like, come on. Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, she wants it so bad. She wants to be in the
She
Illuminati
wants it
bad.
so bad. And she will stop at nothing. Maybe she'll get there, honestly. And they'll be like, can you just shut the fuck? Fine. You can come to one.
Yep.
And she'll tell. That's the thing. She's going to do a tell-all.
And nobody's gonna care. Nobody will listen.
Yeah, she'll literally, and everything she says will be factual. She'll be like, I'm spelling this shit out for you. And we're
I'll
like,
just say no. I'll be like, I'm all in.
we're like, shut up. That's so funny if she's, oh my God.
That's why I think like Alex Jones knows so much shit. I think they feed these crazy people like information, so it gives it. They're giving the truth out, but to people that seem like they're out of their fucking minds, so they're like,
so just written off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Of course, because like you wouldn't give it to someone sane.
Yeah.
Because then, yeah, of course.
Anyway.
But yeah, I think it's absolutely real, and it is interesting. Like people, especially in music, like all of a sudden if they have like a crazy their career just out of nowhere,
All the subliminal messages on like the dollar and shit, the like eyeball, the third eye shit.
Yep. Or like the pyramid.
Yep. I like to think I know a lot about the Illuminati, but it's so base level. It's so like, oh, I was flipping through the channels and watched the History Channel bullshit for like 10
It's like I
minutes
saw
on
a
it.
17-minute YouTube video.
Yep.
That's like my knowledge of it. He don't want to talk about it. Actually, he only covering one eye, so he might be part of it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's my number 4.
Well, my number 4 kind of goes hand in hand. They might be in the Illuminati too, and it's the lizard people running the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fun one. I don't know a whole lot of bases behind it, but I know David Icke is a huge advocate for it.
For the lizards?
Yep.
Interesting.
I think he was the founder of it, so to speak.
Really?
And shamefully, yes, I have read cover to cover a fucking David Icke book, and it was. We'll get into it with my number 1, but oh my God, that guy's out of his fucking mind, low key.
Yeah.
Low
Or
key.
is he just telling the truth and seems like a crazy person?
He might just seem like a crazy person just because he's not American, and I can look at Alex Jones and be like, damn, that's like, okay, maybe a lot more than this guy from Britain. Maybe it's just like a culture thing, culture barrier. What was I even talking about? Lizard people. Yep. But the Clintons, 100% lizards.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? Just look at them.
Yeah.
Look
Especially
at 'em.
Billiam.
Yeah, I need no more proof than that.
But they're different. Like, okay, he's lizard, like pure lizard, and then she's like, what's the one where the flaps come out?
Oh,
she's that.
Yep.
It's different reptilian.
I mean, of course, they're not like.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot there. We're just getting to the end here. We got our top 3. I'm certainly running out of gas. My brain
Fair enough.
hurt after number 5.
We can crank through these pretty quick.
Woo. Well, can we? We'll see. I think we got some overlappage here.
I agree.
We have to.
So number 3, I think is real personally because we live it every day, and it's that we are in the Matrix.
Oh shit!
We're in some sort of
one.
simulation.
Damn.
I say that because me and Tervis literally either they're about to like us or something. Like there's the amount of times where like things just sync up to where we're like, what the fuck?
It's so weird.
It happens to us way too much.
And the weirdest ones are the ones that happen to you like by yourself.
Yes.
When you're just like,
yes.
you think of something like, this sounds so stupid, but you'll just be driving and you're like, damn, would hate to like blow a tire out today. And then you see like 5 cars with a blown out tire. And you're just like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
yep.
what was that? Like,
or it'll be like, and this is different because I know that like some people, like you'll talk about going kayaking and then it pops up on your phone. Like that's different because the phones are always listening. But it's like things where like, I don't know, like you said, like you'll have some conversation or a thought or something and then like maybe it's not that day, but it's the next day. 3 times you see it. And you're like
tuned into it.
We specifically, it freaks me out.
It's not like, I'm saying the collective we.
I'm saying the personal we.
The Matrix is a thing. Like Ray Kurzweil thinks that 10 years from now is the singularity where we morph with AI. I think we've been there. We just don't fucking know it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. Like, this hive mind. Like, it's almost people. Life is just full of paradoxes, and it breaks my fucking brain.
Yeah.
It's like everybody praises being an individual and shit, but then like you have to have your pulse on society and the hive mind at the same time. And that's like a good thing, but it's a bad thing all at the same time.
I see what you're saying.
And it's like you can't be an individual without like also being a part of the hive and like getting all these perspectives.
This is hurting. Like this is actually hurting my head.
Like you just going down a fucking spiral of just like bullshit, and it's just like fuck.
This might be the episode where we lose our sanity because I feel close.
Shout out to May, mental health.
Yeah, seriously. Okay.
I love the Matrix Theory. I love the movie.
I've never seen it.
I think we're living in it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty much all in on that one.
Okay.
And mathematically, apparently, it's more mathematically probable that we live in a simulation than not right now.
Of course. That's great.
Which is
terrifying.
My
God. Okay, we need to crank through these because I'm about to have a freaking spiral.
Yeah, we just need to like go to the freaking G-Way so bad.
I'm just going to lay on the pavement and soak up sun. Okay.
It's still early, so it'll be fucking dead.
Yep.
LFG. Speaking of acronyms, my number 3, JFK and the assassination. That one is just a crock of shit.
Oh, that's not even like at this point it's like
it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like just the bullet alone, the magic bullet.
That whole theory, even the name of that pisses me off cuz I'm like, what?
I can't even get into the details. This is a conspiracy I haven't fully dove into yet cuz I know when I do, I'm just going to be pissed and I'm going to go all in like I did with my number 1. And when I got done with that, I was just like, fuck. And you're just not going to be stoked after you get done reading that fucking 1,200-page conspiracy theory book about JFK. You're just not going to be stoked about it.
No, you're not going to feel light and good.
You're just like, damn it.
And yeah.
And you never get a hard conclusion either.
No,
but you fucking know.
Right, that's what's more frustrating is like, we already know, so just like say it. Because we know.
There's just too many things line up.
Yeah.
It's too sus.
Yeah. I mean, we know, but it's like, whatever.
Yeah. I'm lacking in the details right now. Granted, we're at the end of the sode, and I'm just locking in energy.
That's true. I slept like booty hole.
I really gave it my all there at 5. That one started breaking my brain.
I know. After the whole like soul sucking theory,
yeah, that one just
I'm spiraling.
It's been downhill.
Okay, I might crank through these last ones.
Yeah, my next 2, there's not my number 1. There's a lot to be said, but we'll get there.
I think ours are switched. My number 2 is that the CIA worked with Charles Manson.
Love it. That's one I've taken a deep dive into.
You have, and you were actually the person that like introduced me to that idea. I'm obsessed with Charles Manson, not because like I love his work vibes, more just he's fascinating. And again, this is one where I'm like, of course they did. Like, if it came out officially, I'd be like, yeah, duh.
There's so many sus things. So since I know a lot about this one, I can just go.
Just go, baby.
Freaking the CIA during like the MK Ultra, we're bringing that back up. Fucking like basically worked with Charles Manson and taught him how to use acid and LSD
to manipulate,
to influence and manipulate people.
Yeah.
And then he basically took that shit and went and became him.
Yeah.
But there's so many instances of him getting pulled over by the cops and like taken to jail on some petty shit on like a misdemeanor. Even like, I think he got hit with some underage shit a lot too, like banging underage chicks or and whatnot.
I'm sure.
But like he'd be in jail and then somebody from like the CIA, FBI, whatever the fuck at this point would just come by and be like, yeah, we're taking him and like this is above your pay grade, so fuck you.
Yeah, of course.
And all this shit. It's insane. And he was like a big part. Oh, back to JFK with Jack Ruby. He was like the lead investigator, or it was either him or Jolly West.
Maybe it was Jolly.
I can't remember what Jack Ruby had something to do with it, but Jolly West, either one of the two, like, was a part of this. It was like some kind of facility for drugs. It might have been a rehab facility out in Haight-Ashbury.
Okay.
But he was like running it, and Charles Manson was just in and out of that shit on the regular. I think it was like an experiment like station for MK Ultra or some shit.
That's insane.
But so many sus things. If you don't know about it, check out Chaos by Tom O'Neill.
I need to read that. Although I don't know if in this
That's a fun one to read though.
Okay,
it's
good.
not like a
soul sucking.
Yeah, okay. Like my number one.
Okay.
But yeah, number 2, love it.
Thanks.
My number 2, it's so stupid and it's so relevant nowadays, and I can't believe people believe it. It's flat Earth. The flat Earth theory. It's number 2 just because it's so relevant.
And it's a classic.
And there's so many like famous people that believe in it, like Kyrie Irving, big flat earther basketball player.
I think I know who that is actually.
Yep.
Surprising, maybe because of the flat Earth.
Yep, can't think of any other ones right now. He's
but
the only one that comes to mind.
I do think that is one that
it's crazy.
The famous latch onto for some reason. It's like the same thing with like famous people are drawn. Like if they're gonna pick a religion, it's probably gonna be Scientology.
Yep. But here's another thing. Like, okay, a lot of people prove it wrong with, like, math or whatever and shit. We're just taking their fucking word for it at the end of the day. We're taking these people's pictures and words for it at the end of the day. Like, what do we know?
Well, it's the same thing as I feel like with the moon landing. Like, and maybe this just makes me an unpatriotic, bad person. But, like, if the earth is flat, if it's round, if it's a fucking triangle, I don't care. Like, I really don't. It doesn't affect my life. And you know what? Maybe it's a cool shape. I don't know.
The other thing is, like, look at the moon. Look at the other planets, you dumb fucks.
Yeah.
They're all round. You think we're just the one that's flat?
Who knows?
So, there's my justification. Just look at the fucking moon.
Yeah, look at the fucking moon. That might even be fake.
And the sun?
Yeah. Watch, like...
It's not fake. It's just we are just the gray aliens made it for us.
I need you to stop bringing them up.
So flat earthers, you guys get your head out of your ass. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Eddie Bravo loves that one.
Also, it's like that's the hill you're gonna die on. That's the flat hill you're gonna die on. Like. Whatever. Okay.
People like what they like.
My number 1, because I'm slipping into food coma. We've already discussed it. The CIA killed JFK.
Oh,
That's a fact. We're on to you. I really don't think they're gonna like come to my door about it.
Yeah, we're pretty irrelevant.
Yeah, so I don't think they're worried about us. But they did it, and
that's a done deal. That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a fucking wrap.
So. Yeah, we got into it. My number one, oh, buddy. This is my personal favorite. I love it.
Okay.
This is the best one. And it's probably just because I lived through it. And it's 9/11. I remember getting taken out of school and shit and like, what the fuck? That one is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what anybody says. There's so many sus things about 9/11. It's insane.
It is. That was one, like, I honestly don't remember. I was in first fucking grade, so I don't remember shit, and I'm sorry, but but I was like obsessed with watching documentaries and stuff about it, because I was like, I do think it's because it's really like I lived through it.
To us.
Yeah,
like, we pretty much saw that shit. That's probably the most traumatic thing we saw happen in our country with our eyes.
but to me it doesn't feel traumatic because I don't remember it at all. But I see what you're saying. I just don't remember anything about it.
I just remember getting taken out of school.
I don't even
what
remember
the fuck
that.
is going on?
Yeah.
But then again, I've talked about this. I think I might have made that memory up because
Really?
when I think about 9/11 was 2001. I was.
So you would have been in kindergarten because if
would've
I
been
was in first
5.
grade.
Oh, you were in first grade?
Yeah, I was in first grade.
Oh, damn. Maybe I was in kindergarten. All right, word. Damn. So I didn't make that up. That's sick.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, because I would. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I definitely remember getting taken out of school. Yeah, that's
See,
just crazy.
I don't remember any of that.
Yep, but so let's get into some of the theory here.
The theory.
So this was the book that I read with David Icke. Oh God. You know, at first it was good. You know, he brought up some really good points, and then he gets into his Jewish stuff, and you're just like, ugh.
Oh, okay.
You're like, this is why people hate you. But anyway, there were some good points in the book.
Okay.
Like the recordings of all the people on the planes calling their loved ones and shit. They wouldn't have been able to work. Cell phone coverage doesn't work at a certain fucking elevation, and they were at like 25,000, 30,000 feet at that point.
Well, I'm like,
and cell phone coverage stops at like 5,000-6,000 feet.
I was gonna say, because you know how when you're on a plane, once you hit 10,000, the light will come on and you can like move about or whatever, and then you can turn your phones and stuff back on. But I'm like, you can't call, like,
it doesn't work.
People would do that all the time if they could. Do you know the amount of like annoying ass people who would FaceTime that whole time?
And everybody just left like voicemails to their people. Like, no.
That is so weird to me, because
that one fucks me up.
I know that it's a small detail, and like we talked this morning, like you can't cover every base. That's a huge fucking base that they didn't cover.
That's crazy.
That's a huge fact.
That's a hard red flag. Like, that's a hard fact red flag.
That's not a tiny thing that you can justify. Phones don't work at that altitude.
Nope.
So then how did they call? Like, you can't even argue that.
And like there's explosions and shit that went on in like the lower levels, the first levels. Mm-hmm. Like, fucking, that's weird as shit.
Yep.
And you look at the pillars, they're like perfect.
Yeah.
They're perfect sideways how it goes in a controlled demolition when they set it up.
Yes, that's right.
And the pyrite, or that might not be the right word, but like the way that the metal's burned and shit, like it's controlled demolition.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever.
And you look at the interviews done like right after it happened to the people that were in the building or like around the building. There were people in the basement. They were like, yeah, I was in the basement, and all of a sudden there was just a loud boom around me. Like it sounded like a bomb going off or an explosion. Like they were on the first floors and they heard that shit going on. Granted.
And this also, just to clarify, but I think it goes without saying, this doesn't take away from the fact that, like, damn, this was traumatic and whatever. Like, people lost their lives, people lost families, people blah, blah, blah. Like, it's traumatic regardless of how it went down.
Trying to get to the fucking bottom of it.
Yeah.
Cheney, Dick.
Yeah.
Got some answering to do.
Also, he made money off the Iraq War.
Yeah, and the way that we just used 9/11 to rally America behind going into the Middle East.
Right.
For
See,
weapons of mass destruction, my fucking peener.
Yes, like, there's so many things that are... I also feel like... And
so weird. Building 7, have you seen that shit? Just fell.
Maybe, yes.
So weird.
I also, and I could be making this up, but I feel like I watched a documentary, either a series or whatever, where there was
Hold on. I need to go back to my point about the people's interviews. Because, like, I want to say you can't necessarily go 100% off of what they're saying just because, like, that's a crazy event. And, like,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
people see crazy shit when crazy shit's going on, and
Yeah.
they don't know how they interpret it. So, anyway,
Yeah.
back to what you were saying.
I feel like there was something about a crisis actor. Like, she was because crisis actors are real. Do you know what that is? Okay. So I feel like there was something where there was some...
They were, like, acting for the 9/11 incident or some shit, like prep. There was a lot of, like, weird prep work.
Yes, and
Like, there were simulations for the 9/11, like, attack that looked just like it that happened a month or two before on, like, the FAA, which is, like, the Federal Aviation Association or whatever.
Okay.
Like, they ran simulations that looked just like the 9/11 attacks
Yeah.
that were, like, practice or whatever. And then
It's just
they
so
just
weird.
missed the mark on, like, 3 different planes. You missed the mark. 4! And then the Pentagon's a part of that.
Right.
There's no footage of that. You telling me that fucking plane, this dude that barely, he couldn't even pass flight school. The dude that they say hijacked that plane and drove a commercial jetliner into the fucking Pentagon, he couldn't even pass flight school back home.
Yeah,
He didn't even have, like, a license to fly. And this dude, there's no footage of the Pentagon. They
Really?
confiscated it all. It's all classified. They won't give it up, the government, of the actual plane hitting the building. They won't do it.
Wouldn't you think, though, even if their agenda is like, let's get people rallied to go to war, like, let's get them to be like, fuck the Middle East, wouldn't you want that footage shown?
It's because there is none. The plane didn't hit the Pentagon.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is like, that's another base they didn't cover. Like, you would want that to fuel the, like, hate or whatever you're trying to stir up.
Oh, it's so insane.
The government is dumb.
And, like,
sorry.
the other plane that got crashed, flight, the one where apparently the passengers, like, fought back.
Yes.
Like, the way that the plane parts are, like, just scattered 100
Yes.
miles apart from
Yes.
each other. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the thing. They fucked up a lot of things on that one. Like, that's so weird how many things they goofed.
And again, like, granted, I don't know, we didn't help plan this, but some of their goofs, you're like, how did you not think of that? Like, hey, yeah, we're going to have these voice calls to their loved ones, and then someone doesn't go, they're 30,000 feet up, supposedly. That doesn't work. Like, how would you not think the most intelligent organization in the world misses that? Like, it's crazy.
They do have a lot of moving parts with this. This is 9/11 we're talking about. They hit they took down the Twin Towers, hit the Pentagon, and were going for the White House. They were going for the White House apparently. That's a lot of moving parts. I mean, some shit's gonna fall through the fucking cracks.
How crazy, and I don't think this would ever happen, but how crazy if, like, someone who was a part of it on their deathbed is like, I have to fucking get this off my chest. Like, what if we saw that in our lifetime? That would be insane.
That's the documentary I'm fucking waiting for.
Same.
God, I love a 9/11 conspiracy. I guess my juice is
I know,
gone.
same. I was really tired, but I really could talk about 9/11 forever.
I love it. And the thing
We
that,
don't-
like, gives it a bad fucking rap are the people that are like, yeah, it was like a fucking laser that hit the building, actually, and they just hologrammed the airplane. It's like,
Yeah, what the
Dude,
fuck?
shut up. What are you even talking about, bro?
I can picture exactly what those bros are wearing because it's
Eddie
all
Bravo.
the same thing. Literally.
Yep.
The tight graphic tee.
Yeah. Even the way the buildings went down is kind of weird.
That is weird. The fact that
But granted, I'm not a civil engineer or architecture by any means, and people fuck up buildings all the time. So, like, okay,
for sure,
I can
but
get around that.
there was that talk that the way it collapsed, like if a plane hit,
Crazy.
wouldn't it? There'd be some leanage, but it fell like this.
It's a controlled demolition,
Right.
straight up.
Right. I don't even think
That's
that's
like
crazy of a theory.
Foundation collapse.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Not the
hit
top
the
of the
50th floor.
even if it was like,
Even if there was, like, a fire going on, like,
well, even let's say the plane hits 10th floor, 20th floor, like somewhere towards the bottom, there would be, not saying the tower would go like this, but I'm like, it went down. That wouldn't go down the way it did.
Yeah, like it would have structurally like.
There had to have been
that's
lean.
so weird.
And no other building. I mean, granted, I'm sure there was like some fuck up on nearby buildings, but I'm like, the fact that they just went like this and then the buildings around, besides like probably blown out glass or whatever, but there's no structural damage. That doesn't make any sense. If a plane hit, that doesn't make any sense.
Like they could have just been the way they could have covered their ass so easy and just been like, yeah, they infiltrated the basements and put explosives down there.
Right, they put bombs in there. Yeah. Why the plane?
Dude, are you guys fucking what?
Also, it's crazy.
It's all about optics. It's like
Yeah.
what they fucking said about closing down all the restaurants out in California.
Yeah.
They're like, it's just about optics.
And it's crazy because it's like you kind of always know that in the back of your head. But then when it's confirmed, it's kind of like, oh, damn, like this is really fucked up.
Just 9/11 was just crazy one.
It is interesting, too, though, how like I don't remember any time of going to the airport before 9/11, but my parents will talk about how different it is now. And I'm like, damn, I wish I would have experienced.
Yeah, could you imagine just like rolling up? You already have like your ticket. You don't have to go through baggage check.
And
or
I can
anything.
take, like, if I was dropping you off somewhere, I could walk up all the way to the gate.
Go to the gate. Not a thing anymore.
But the shoe thing, I learned, has nothing to do with 9/11.
Yeah, some asshole.
Put a bomb.
Just takes one asshole.
Literally.
That's all it
The
is.
foot bomber.
Just think about all those weird ass like laws and shit you think of. It just took one asshole to do some weirdo shit.
And yeah, and they're like, now we have to fucking make a law about this.
We really had to tell you not to bang the cows. Really?
Right. He knows.
You just milk them, dude. Just milk it.
People are so. My brain is like.
We sent you out there to get milk, Johnny.
Yeah,
the
Johnny,
fuck are
what
you
the
doing?
Fuck?
No wonder that shit tasted so salty this fucking morning.
Ew. Ew.
Oh man,
Blech.
with that, any honorable mentions?
Not really. My brain is fucking. I need to like curl up in a ball.
You got the Hollow Earth,
Oh yeah.
Holocaust denial. That one's just a crazy one.
That one I don't even want to give attention to because it's so stupid.
Sandy Hook. That's another crazy one.
Same thing.
Tupac faking his death. That's a fun classic one, I guess. Fun. I'm so beat.
I know.
And the Denver airport. Damn, I should have brought that up.
Yeah.
Apparently it's the Illuminati
Headquarters.
HQ.
Yep.
Should have brought that up.
So
That place is a fun. That's an airport. I'm like, this is cool. This is a fun airport.
I've never been, but I have to go.
It's creepy. You feel weird,
That's what I've heard.
but it's better than the Charlotte airport.
For sure. My favorite airport, just because it's so tiny and easy to get through, plus there's always live music, is the Nashville one.
Never been.
It's so fun. And like they have vending.
Jackson Hole had a good one.
I
Just to
believe
cut
it.
you off.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Also, the carpet is famous for some reason. Yeah.
Carpeted port.
Yeah, it's all carpeted.
Carpeted airp. Okay. Well, with that, hope you guys are taking care of that mental after that fucking episode.
I need to take care of my mental.
It's May.
Happy May. Hug some grass, be in the sun. And honestly, if you start to feel yourself spiral in this episode, maybe turn it off and come back a different time.
Yeah, number 5 got crazy. We got crazy halfway through.
Yeah. Sorry.
It hurt my brain.
Me too.
Yep. So there you go. As long as that goose is a gambling, you'd never roll in snake eyes.
Amen.